Somewhere in the universe, there exists an object so large that it challenges everything we think we know about scale. A monster hidden billions of light years away. An object so massive that our entire solar system would seem insignificant beside it. For years, astronomers believed they understood the limits of black holes. Then, they discovered something extraordinary. A cosmic giant known as TON 618. A black hole containing the equivalent mass of tens of billions of suns. But how did something this enormous form? How big is it really? And could there be something even larger waiting to be discovered? Today, we are taking a journey into one of the most terrifying objects ever found in the universe. The largest black hole humanity has ever discovered. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the universe still holds mysteries that most people have never seen. Before we can understand TON 618, we first need to understand what a black hole actually is. A black hole begins its life as a massive star. For millions of years, that star burns fuel deep within its core. The energy created by nuclear fusion balances the inward pull of gravity. But eventually, the fuel runs out. Without that outward pressure, gravity wins. The star collapses under its own weight. The result is a black hole, an object with gravity so powerful that nothing can escape. Not planets, not spacecraft, not even light itself. This invisible boundary is known as the event horizon. Cross it, and there is no return. Most black holes formed from dying stars are relatively small, but some black holes continue growing over billions of years, and those giants are found at the centers of galaxies. At the center of our galaxy lies a black hole called Sagittarius A star. It contains approximately 4 million times the mass of our Sun. For decades, scientists considered objects like this unimaginably large. Then they discovered even bigger monsters. One of them is M87 star, the first black hole ever photographed. M87 star contains billions of solar masses. Its shadow alone is larger than our entire solar system. Yet even this giant is dwarfed by what comes next, because somewhere in the distant universe, there exists a black hole so massive that these famous giants seem almost small in comparison. Its name is TON 618. If you're fascinated by the scale of the universe, hit the like button. It helps the channel reach more curious minds. TON 618 was first identified during astronomical surveys conducted decades ago. Initially, scientists did not realize what they had found. The object appeared as an incredibly bright point of light. As telescopes improved, astronomers began studying it in greater detail. They soon discovered that the brightness wasn't coming from a star. It was coming from a quasar. A quasar is one of the brightest objects in the universe. At its center lies a supermassive black hole actively feeding on surrounding material. As gas and dust spiral inward, they heat up to extreme temperatures. This process releases enormous amounts of energy. In the case of TON 618, the quasar is so bright that it can outshine entire galaxies. And the reason behind that brightness is truly astonishing. The black hole powering it is unlike almost anything ever observed. Trying to understand the size of TON 618 is difficult. The numbers involved are almost beyond human imagination. Scientists estimate that TON 618 contains approximately 66 billion times the mass of our Sun. Think about that for a moment. If the Sun were reduced to a single grain of sand, TON 618 would be comparable to an entire mountain. Its event horizon stretches across a region larger than many solar systems. If TON 618 replaced the Sun at the center of our solar system, its outer boundary would extend far beyond the orbit of Neptune. The planets we know today would exist deep inside the black hole itself. Even light requires days to travel across portions of this cosmic monster. It is not merely large. It exists on a scale that is almost impossible to visualize. Most people imagine black holes as giant cosmic vacuum cleaners, but reality is far stranger. If you approached a smaller black hole, gravity would pull on your feet much more strongly than your head. Your body would be stretched apart in a process known as spaghettification. You would not survive. But TON 618 is different. Because it is so enormous, The gravitational difference at its event horizon is surprisingly gentle. A person crossing the event horizon might not immediately notice anything unusual. There would be no sudden wall, no dramatic impact. You would simply continue moving inward, but escape would become impossible. Every path through space and time would lead deeper into the black hole. What happens beyond that point remains one of the greatest mysteries in physics. No information has ever returned. The discovery of TON 618 raises an important question. Is this the largest black hole that can exist? Scientists are not entirely sure. Black holes grow by consuming matter. They can also merge with other black holes during collisions between galaxies. Over billions of years, these processes can create truly enormous objects. Some astronomers believe there may be even larger black holes hidden in distant regions of the universe, objects too far away for current instruments to study properly. Future telescopes may reveal monsters that make TON 618 look small. And if that happens, our understanding of the universe may change once again. Every day, we go about our lives surrounded by familiar things: cities, roads, mountains, oceans. They seem enormous from our perspective. But the universe tells a very different story. Somewhere billions of light years away, TON 618 drifts silently through the darkness. A black hole containing tens of billions of solar masses. A cosmic giant, beyond ordinary comprehension. Its existence reminds us just how vast the universe truly is, and how much remains unknown. Because if humanity has already discovered something this large, what else might still be waiting in the darkness? If you enjoyed this journey through the cosmos, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who loves space and science. Until next time, keep looking up, because the universe is far stranger than we can imagine.